This is Tony Mancuso with GoPSUSports.com. We're here with senior defensive tackle Ollie Ogbu. Ollie, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. We actually have some questions from fans online we're going to ask you today. The first one comes from Devontae in Mifflinburg. Ollie, what game are you most looking forward to this year?
There's a couple of games on the schedule I'm looking forward to this year. I'm one of those guys that I love adversity. I love going away, to road games where fans are cursing at you and throwing things at you and going crazy. So I would say, Iowa, Alabama, Old State, those games, every game's important, but those away games where you're going to be in a hostile environment and a hostile crowd, those ones I circle on my calendar and I just get real excited for.
Speaking of the Iowa game, we actually have a question on that. Ben from Greensboro, North Carolina wants to know how you feel like the team's going to stack up against the Hawkeyes this year.
Pretty good. I feel like, both teams are very similar in the styles of play and the players we also have, and what our strengths are. And they've got us past, 2 years, but it's one of those things where every year is different and we're going to come out there and do our best.
All right, let's see what else we have here. Elaine from Montreal, Canada, actually. She claims she's the biggest Penn State fan north of the border. She wants to know, with so many practices, training sessions, and video sessions, when's the best time to study?
At night. Penn State does a good job of, we have study hall hours. No matter if you're a freshman or senior, you got to come in and do some kind of work, do some kind of studying. And it's at night from about, I would say, 7 to about 12 where we get most of our work done.
All right. Ollie from Caleb via the Facebook page. What do you guys eat to get so big?
I would just anything. We're not guys that are small as babies, and I was always a big kid, and most kids that play football are always big kids, and even from when we're younger. So I would just say we don't turn down a lot of food. So whatever it is, we're eating it.
But after a hard practice, what's on the table for you at dinner time?
I'm a big pasta guy. Pasta, I like to down a couple bowls of pasta and eat a lot of fruit and throw in some sandwiches. So I'm a big pasta and sandwich guy.
All right, we've got a question from Kelly, also on Facebook. She said it gives her chills just thinking about running on the field for a home game at Beaver Stadium. What was it like the first time you did it?
Oh, man, first of all, I didn't want to fall because you don't realize when you're coming out here, you have 110 guys with you. So it's like one of those Mexican stampede, times where, the bull's running and, he's going crazy. So you just have so many guys around you and they're flying around. So you don't want to fall, but it's one of those crazy feelings because once the crowd sees you, they all start going crazy and, they're cheering for you. And, it's just one of those feelings that you're always going to remember.
All right. Mike from Pittsburgh wants to know, do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions before the game?
I do, but then I don't. I'm not a big pregame ritual guy. I don't like to do a certain amount of things because what if you have a bad game and you did that ritual? Does it mean that it doesn't count, or does it, what goes on? But if I do anything before a game, I always pray and I always, talk with my D-line. I would say that's a ritual. We always talk right before we go out, and then, I always pray, and then that's about it.
All right, well, this morning you learned that you were named captain, one of the captains this year. Talk about what type of honor that is for you.
That's such a great feeling, just to be compared with so many great players that have been here. Even some of my good friends like Sean Lee and Darryl Clark, Josh Gaines, and just to be on that same path that they were at, and to be a senior and to go out on such a high, to be a captain here at such a great, traditional school. It's just one of those things you remember at, 20 years from now. I'm telling my kids, hey, when we had that legendary coach at, at our school and I was captain, that I was, a senior and you won so many games, and just to give them history and know that you're always going to be a part of history is such a great feeling.
Now we're just a matter of days from the start of the first game of the season. How excited are you to start hitting somebody other than your same team at practice?
I'm thrilled, especially this is my last year. It's going to be one of those years where I'm just going to remember every single snap, every single game, every single bus ride, every single locker room, time when we're just messing around and, messing with each other. It's your last year, and I remember my last year of high school, like it was yesterday, and I'm going to remember this one like that, too. So I'm just excited to go out there and start hitting people, and we have so many great road games and so many great home games. It's going to be one of those years where we're just going to, go at it and see what happens.
How fast has it gone?
The off season or now?
Your career.
I'm not gonna lie, it's going really fast. I never expected to look back at it and be like, wow, you played for a couple years here, and you've been here, since '06, and it seems like it's 4.5 years is a long time, but it really isn't. It's just how just to talk about high school again. In high school I didn't know that those 4 years are gonna be as quick. So I would say it's just one of those things where you wish it would slow down, especially because it's your last year, but you're happy you're at the point you're at, and you're just ready for the future.
All right, Ollie, we greatly appreciate your time. This is GoPSUSports.com. Thanks, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.